Just trying to make sure I am live everywhere I need to be. Looking good here on Twitch. Let's check the YouTube out. Make sure we are live there as well. Neat. We are now live on YouTube. Live on the Twitches, live on the YouTube. Already did the dog treats, so we are ready to get started real quick today. No hesitation, no delays. Straight to the fun stuff. But before we do all of the big weeds, we'll start playing with a little bit of a few games of Splatoon to start as we wait for people to join in, and then we'll go back and excuse me a second. We'll do the volcano and the mini nail and all that stuff. We'll hang out with Guy Fieri, all that great stuff. But first, we'll do some raw garden and play some Splatoon while we wait for some folks to filter in. Switching back there. Okay, let's head into the lobby. And this is my first time hopping into the chill season of Splatoon. It's a modern multiplayer game, so of course it has seasons, and those seasons denote goodies doled out to you on a regular interval if you participate in the game. And we just finished the rainy season, the rain season. What was it called? Something. And now we're in the chill season. They have a precipitation theme. All right, well, let's stop talking about this new season and hop right in. And I'm going to probably be pretty terrible using a new weapon, one of the remixed weapons here in this brand new Splatoon season. One that I only ever tried once or twice before, the Splattershot Pro, and I was terrible with it. But now it has cool other perks, so fingers crossed that translates to some success out here. Oh, whoops, where did my Twitches go? There it is. Okay, Splattershot Pro, first game. I'm just gonna have to accept that it's gonna be even worse than normal for me. Trying out a new weapon. One that the game even tells you requires, or that they don't recommend for beginners. And while I have played enough hours to certainly not be a beginner, I'm not sure. Oh, whoops. That's right, I don't have a crab tank or a... Well, we won't take that as a sign of anything just yet. Now there's somebody over there. Or I guess he could have already escaped. Oh. Out of one line of fire and straight into another. Oh, that's one of the new weapons. The Splattershot Nova. That guy really showing me how it's done with it, too. Watch out for that booyah bomb. A lot of booyah bombs out today. Maybe a bunch of people trying these new booyah bomb enabled weapons. Sniper above us. Out for the killer whales. No splats yet. Not even close, I don't think. Taking a huge risk going out here. And that's what happens. Getting wrecked. Charlie Rico, good to see you, my friend. I'm doing good, man. Charlie's said they are now using their volcano. I'm happy that it arrived, Charlie. I remember last time we talked, it was on its way. Brutal end to a brutal game. I don't think I have the fortitude to splatter shot pro right now. Let's get back to a favorite. Maybe we'll go back to that at some point. It looks like there's some merit, but I'm still a beginner, or at least feel like it. But before we hop back in with a fan favorite weapon, and by fan I mean myself, a bit of a narcissist, I guess. We're going to go ahead and take that break now that we got Charlie and Overripe here hanging out with us. We'll go do our first dab and even blow up our first volcano bag in anticipation of more games to come. So let's hit stop here. I'm going to swap my camera over. Well, we lost a player, so it wasn't even that bad. It didn't even count as a loss. Neato. All right. Well, that makes sense with that score being that low. Let's swap our cameras over, and then let's go do that first dab. Charlie says that about their volcano, that they are now poor, but it was so worth it. Well, Charlie, I'm super stoked to hear that you love it. I assumed it would happen. Not many people get a volcano and are disappointed in the experience, but I'm glad to see you love it. But Charlie says now they are poor. Unfortunately, that quality does come at a cost, as Charlie's wallet now understands. I myself think it happened to be very, very worth it. All right, let's do our first dab here for our buddies Over and Charlie. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll get back to the Splatoon in just a second. Reasonable. Clean that out. We'll go ahead and get this volcano bag inflated. Charlie's straight off his shift at the hospital and here to hang out. Glad to hear it, man. Hope you're going to get a chance to enjoy that brand new volcano while we're here together. And Charlie, I can't remember if you got the classic with the analog knob, or Charlie, if you got the new fangled one with like the hookah attachment. Very nice. First bag there. Let's swap our cameras over and get back to some Splatoon. Charlie, sick 3 days in a row and again. Curious, Charlie, if you what your ailment was. I know in the U.S. here, and it's weird how it's actually worse for younger people than older people, at least one aspect of it. We're going through the triple-demic, I forget what the correct term is, what we're calling it, but there are 3 bits of nastiness going around. First and foremost, COVID. Then there's also the just yearly flu, which is back in full force after being... oh shit, I forgot to change my weapon again. That was the intention. Oh, well, we're going to do one more with the Splattershot Pro before moving back to something else. Charlie says that he got the Onyx ones, but he doesn't really dig the attachment. The bags are way better. I've heard from other folks that the foil attachment or the hookah attachment not as good as the bags, which makes me happy knowing I've only got the bags as an option, but I appreciate that input. This is the one of the 2 new maps, doing it for the first time, and at least looking at it, it looks pretty cool, and it is way more vertical looking than some of the other maps this year. A lot of ramps up and down, little pockets of elevation all over the place. Probably a great place for snipers, I would imagine. Wow, weird. You have to go up this big wall to get to the middle, I think. Still alive, still alive. I can't believe it. Probably not the best place to have blown my booyah load, but I'm being chased. Very fast with this thing either. You don't move at the same, you don't have the same walking speed as the other weapons, which is very disconcerting for me, because I'm often being chased. Because I'm places I'm not, you know, where I'm not supposed to be, doing shit I'm not supposed to be doing. Damn, man, this map is nuts. And yellow team is annihilating us. Hey, I finally got my first splat with this thing. Second. Who knows? Maybe we're and there's that guy out to get their revenge. It's looking a little bit better for blue here. Purple, whatever color this is. Purple. Blue. We'll say, we'll call it indigo. At least I didn't get hammered in that last second. Katie and Eric, thanks for being here. Welcome back, guys. Good to see you again. Great time, and we're just getting started. That is a brand new map. I gotta say, pretty cool layout. Very different than any of the other ones. You must ascend a big wall before you can get to the middle of the map. That is so different than anything else I've seen. I got demolished, but still pretty cool. Now I'm gonna hit the stomp, and I'm gonna put on a weapon I'm a little bit more comfortable with, at least familiar. How do we do that again? The plus button. Splash or sploosh? Let's splash today. And we got awesome gear with plenty of circles. I think we're good to go. Let's check up on chat before we hop back into the lobby. Charlie says, in regards to his sickness, they keep telling him it's the CHS from cannabis, but it's also cyclical vomiting syndrome. So it is what it is. Charlie, I remember when you told us over the summer about your rather shocking diagnosis, and I had forgotten that was still happening for you. That's terrible, man. I have also never heard of, what was it? Chronic vomiting syndrome? cyclical vomiting syndrome. Man, that sounds absolutely dreadful. And woof, I feel terrible for you, man. Hopefully that volcano is a source of relief and not exacerbation, but you know yourself better than anybody. Charlie says, I had a way crap experience this week in real life. Outside of being sick for the past 3 days or something, in addition to that, we're always happy to be your therapist's couch here, Charlie, if you want to lay down your burdens. Oh, he did. My bad. He says we're doing some voluntary work with this 14-year-old, and he doesn't want to hang out anymore. Because, as a kid said, to him, you only have friends because they get paid to be your friend. Well, that is a tough thing to hear. And Charlie, if I understand that correctly, you were volunteering with a 14-year-old through your, I assume, similar service to what you do with your actual job, helping very ill people. And this kid says that you're volunteering with doesn't want to hang out anymore because one of his friends told him that he only has friends like yourself because they're paid to be there. That's a terrible thing for a kid to hear. And it's an awful, awful thing for a kid to be told. And then it's a terrible thing, I'm sure, to hear from a kid that he doesn't want to hang out with you or continue this relationship because he thinks it's only a financial motivation. I would say that, Charlie, don't beat yourself up too much about it. 14-year-old kids, that's an age where, you know, you push and prod and experiment, and the idea that, like, I don't want to be anybody's friend who I have some, you know, non-entirely personal relationship with, you know, whether it's through some kind of service or whatever, that person's never going to be my friend because, you know, they're only paid to be here. They're a volunteer here. It's just, that's the way a 14-year-old boy thinks, and it is certainly nothing personal to you. Fuck you to the kid who tried to convince him of that, but give him some time, and hopefully the kid will come to his senses, but it is certainly nothing on you. All right, Eric, again, Katie, thank you. Welcome, both of you. Charlie says he was playing Settlers of Catan with his buddy there and another older dude. And I do know Settlers of Catan, Charlie Rico. I used to be a massive, huge board gamer. I've told this story many times here on stream. I have a collection, or had a collection. I sort of donated it to the person who continued the board game group I ran there, of like 400 board games. Played them every weekend. Catan is a great, wonderful game, always going to be a classic, but there's so many more wonderful, incredible things from board gaming, Charlie, that if you guys like Settlers and you want to broaden out a little bit, boy, oh boy, is there a whole world of incredible strategic board games to pick from. Very quickly, before we hop back into the games, which I'm rambling, which is what I promised never to do anymore. I'm always focused on just playing the games, doing the weed, none of these long rambles. My favorite board game, probably of all time, Charlie, and believe me, I've played a lot, although I haven't played many board games in the past 7 years since I've moved here, but I was once extremely into it. The best board game ever made is a game called Cosmic Encounters. If you have, say, at least 4 players, it plays up to 8, ideal at like 6. It is the greatest board game of all time. It is an area control game where you are trying to you're an alien race. Each person plays a different alien race, and each person is trying to control a number of planets using little ships. And what makes the game so special is that it encourages alliances. There are ways for players to gang up together and have group victories with each other, like not just in a risk sense or a, like temporary alliances, but no, you can make permanent alliances and finish the game with each other. Wonderful thing. Of course, it's very simple too. Doesn't take a lot of explanation. So that's one of the two things that makes the game fantastic is you can make permanent alliances and win the game with people, although the game encourages you to all the time break those alliances for personal benefit. But the second thing that makes the game just out of this world great is that each person has a 100% asynchronous, totally different type power that is exclusive to their alien race. And I think there's something amongst all the expansions like 100 different alien races you can choose from, leading to like more combinations of games than atoms in the universe. Although, believe me, I've tried to play them all. And those powers are some of the craziest, wildest, weirdest, most unbelievable things that each one of them makes for a game where you're going to be both intensely interested and also in the outcome. You're going to be very invested, but laughing all the time because it's just utter insanity. Again, the game is called Cosmic Encounters. It's the best board game ever made. Sorry for the long recommendation. Let's finish this bag, grab our second one that we obviously need, speed round chat, and get back into the group games. Here we go. Katie says it's the time of the day that they get to unwind a bit, so they are happy. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Katie. Thanks for choosing to spend your time with us. Charlie, I hope you do. And again, if you can get 4 to like 6 people together, I cannot possibly recommend it more highly. My group and I, like, we had, again, hundreds of board games to choose from. We played everything. But there were some times where we would play Cosmic Encounters for, like, games of it back to back to back to back. Like, 3 or 4 games of Cosmic Encounter in a row. Sometimes we would play Cosmic Encounter for, like, 5 hours straight. 6 people all together, just game after game after game. And each one is both, it has the same skeleton, the overarching rules are the same, but the fact that each person has a different power, and because there are so many of them, every person's probably going to play a different one each time. It just leads to insanity in the best way. All right, that is bag number 1. Let's go get bag number 2 inflated, and then really, truly get back to the queue here. Yes, man, welcome. Charlie says, is it 4 minimum, or do I know a good game that can run with 3? I do think you can play with 3, but I wouldn't. It's best with 4. Do I know games that can go well with 3? Very quickly off the top of my head, Charlie, and it maybe at the time that I left board gaming, it was probably the 3rd most popular board game in existence in this strategic board game vein. So you may have already encountered it. But that is called Dominion. It is a card game, a deck building game. It pioneered this genre of deck builders by itself, and it is an incredible, incredible game. It is much like Cosmic Encounter. It is endlessly expandable. It has a base game, but then you can buy 100 million different expansions that come with cards. Very briefly, what a deck builder is, if you're not familiar, Dominion is just perfect for 3 players. It is another game that can be just played endlessly over and over and over. What a deck builder is if you know like a game like Magic, a collectible card game, you buy like decks of cards or buy packs of cards and you build decks before the game begins, and then you use those decks that you built before the game begins to play and whatever. A deck building game incorporates the aspects of building your deck is part of the game. Each game has a different layout of like cards that you can buy and assemble a deck as part of the game, and then play that deck as you are building it, use that to compete with your opponents. It's a very simple, easy to get game. If you can play Catan, you can play Dominion, no problem. And even the base game, as far as I remember, has like 30 or 40 different cards in it, and so you can play just that base Dominion game many hundreds of times and not play the same game twice. So if you like Catan and you've never heard of Dominion, it is absolutely worth giving a shot. All right, I promise now, really, truly promise. Let's get our second volcano bag going. Put that up there, and I will go ahead and swap back to Splatoon, and looks like I'll make a room. Pissman, if you want to join. Sorry, it took me a second there. In this Season 2. I just have to remember how to do all this. There we go. Bag is inflated. Vicky and Benji, Celtic Tech. Celtic Tech, welcome back. Celtic Tech, it's been a long time. I hope you are doing well. It has been, as I said, too long. I hope you are doing great in somewhere in the English Isles. Mr. Man, I'm guessing Mr. Man is our friend Pissman, PP Boy, excuse me, PP Boy / CrayJ on Twitch. Gotta hit that next button. All right, we're back to the Splash-O-Matic. Couldn't handle the pressures of the Splattershot Pro. It's not beginner enough for me. And we've got Pissman here to elevate our level of play. Celtic Tech says they haven't been well. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, Celtic Tech. I hope things are better for you now, or if not, that they will improve soon. But if you, as much as you want to share, what's been going on? Hopefully, as I said, you are doing better now. But glad you're here, and again, please, if you want to share with us what's been going on, always happy to lend an ear. I'm sorry I'm performing super poorly right now. I'm trying to pay attention and doing a bad job of it. There's somebody hiding in the ink over there. And I've been sitting on a crab tank for so long. and not even using it. Looks like all of those snipers are using that. Oh no, just one of them is using the new sniper weapon. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of the 3 brand new weapons just released today. Somebody behind me here. Try not to die. Fries them with a crab tank. Just barely, and snipe there at the end. And sorry guys, I will get caught up on chat here after this game. Oh shit. Still possibly winnable. We'll take a look. Sniped. I would have sworn I was around that little barrier, but I think Roku was explaining to us yesterday that they have increased networking tolerances so as not to boot people so much for communication errors, but it leads to more instances of things where people like that, where it looks like you're safe, but you have been killed on somebody's end, and as the game rolls back the netcode, you're dead, I guess. Small price to pay. Pissman yelling, "Where is my team?" Not with me. Not with you, Pissman. I'm sorry. I was way off in space there, thinking about our friend Celtic Tech, and feeling bad about being absentee for both people here. Wasn't paying attention to either the game or to the people in chat. Pissman, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take one more quick break just to get through some chat. I hope you will join me. I understand if you're like, I'm done with this dude. He's driving me nuts. Where is his team? But give me 1 second, Pissman. I'll be right back. Let me catch up on chat here and not be so rude to everybody. Try to do 2 things at once when I can barely do 1 thing at once. Cancer is the answer, which I was afraid I was going to hear something like Celtic that Celtic Tech. They say cancer is a bitch, but still fighting. Don't get distracted from your game. Celtic Tech, it's the opposite. I'm sorry I let my game distract me from chat. Sincerely, truly, not a nice thing to do. Very truly sorry to hear about your diagnosis. Man, I wish you nothing but best of health and best of luck. And feel free to share any more about your diagnosis or prognosis. But I understand if you want to keep it private too. But I am eternally lucky in that way, and I'm again very, very sorry for your ill health, Celtic Tech, and wish you the absolute best of luck. And also, Exodus, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Charlie, in the topic of cancer, on the bummer of that topic, says, my father had cancer in the throat and stomach and is still cruising around on motorbikes. Well, I'm very glad to hear. I read that comment for a second and thought he still had cancer of the throat and stomach and was on motorbikes, but I think you meant as I understand, he's in remission, no longer has cancer in those two most awful of places, esophageal and any of the many kinds of stomach cancer. Some of those can be the most painful and debilitating forms of cancer. Woof, woof, man. I so glad he's out and about and enjoying riding around on motorbikes, which statistically have just as much of a likelihood of killing you as cancer. Small comfort to anybody, I'm sure. And also not true. No, I hope I got that correct. About Charlie, your father. Okay, Exodus, thank you. Appreciate it again. I'm already almost getting caught up on chat here. Everybody's talking about their wonderful dogs. And Celtic Tech says that their picture is their service dog, Benji. Dope. I hope Benji is doing well by you. I am sure they are. In your moment of poor health. Probably great to have a buddy like Benji around, I'm sure. Okay, Pissman says that he made a room. Pissman, I'm coming to join you. Give me just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Wait, Pissman, I'm joining you now. Here we go. I'm in. And right now, chat is having a delightful discussion about blue cheese. And I am just now realizing that this is not the actual dairy product, but a strain of weed. And feeling pretty dumb. And also pretty high. Exodus says doggos are the best. And Celtic Tech says Benji is a good boy and always by their side. Charlie reiterates with a true that, dog parents for life. I, of course, will be selfish and mention I do have 3 dogs myself. Totally understand. I mean, I hate my dogs. They're pieces of shit, but, I understand the concept of a good dog. Every other dogs are good dogs. Mine, pieces of shit. Okay, let's get in some crab tank. Nice moves by Big Zumba. A hop and a fling put me in the grave real early. That's a vacuum gun. We just run from that. Otherwise, we die a painful death. Pretty sure vacuum gun guy is still behind me. Can make easy work of me in my crab tank if he sneaks up behind me. Nice! There's that dude with that rolla, and I know he knows what he's doing, so I'm just gonna stay away. Barely got him. Use that range of this splash-o-matic. Crab tank time. This man coming in to save my ass. Well, this man, I didn't let you. I let you down, but we still won. So I hope you'll forgive me. You came in to try to save my ass, and all it did was cost you your life. But we still won, so it's A-okay. All right. Charlie says, dude, can you do some sort of live stream on a game on Steam? We can't join you sometime with Steam Deck. I certainly can. I would love to stream some PC games. I'm all open for ideas. It has to be something that can be played while you're obviously very baked, doesn't require a lot of mental effort. But the more people that can play, the better. And the more people that can shepherd all of the behind-the-scenes logistical stuff, the better. But I'm amenable to trying something on the PC. I mean, technically, I'm streaming this from my PC. Not in the sense that I'm playing Splatoon 3 from an emulator, but in the sense that if you want to stream Switch, you have to use a PC with a capture card. But that's not what people talk about when they say they're streaming PC. But I to be fair, and I will go ahead and say this, I have a garbage GPU, a piece of shit GPU that, oh, this is the new map! It's so crazy. It's only my second game here. Got obliterated the first game. That's a vacuum gun. Let's just run. That's still a vacuum gun. But yes, I've got a piece of garbage 3080. I should literally burn my PC. It's not even e-waste at this point. It's something worse. It's basically nuclear waste. It should go into the center of whatever Yucca Mountain, and be there with all of the other nuclear waste that isn't yet there. To be sealed up for hopefully hundreds of thousands of years, to be found by some human descendants who can say, man, this dude in 2022 was still rocking a 3080? What a piece of shit he was. And also, what's all this glowing stuff? And why is my skin falling off? And why are we still speaking English? But seriously though, dude was rocking a 3080 in 2022, a year we shouldn't even know, wouldn't even use as a calendar anymore. What a loser. So that being prefaced, garbage GPU. If you can, come up with a game that can be run on my sub-potato PC, let me know. What's that dude doing? He was just sitting there. Well, thank you, Mint. Made that nice and easy for me. Come to me, Brie cheese. An even fouler cheese than blue cheese. Charlie says, man, I'm sorry, I am way behind on chat. Let me get back up here a little bit. Exodus says, that's cool and all, but once a cat sits in your lap, you're blessed. While it is true, Exodus, I have dogs and not cats. That is not from a lack of love for the feline among us. It is only I can barely keep up with 3 dogs, and getting another animal would be borderline cruel. We won! Neat! But I grew up with cats. I had convinced my parents through some really obnoxious ways to finally let me have a cat when I was in 7th grade. His name was Caesar. He was the cat of cats, and he died when I was, I think, almost 30, or maybe I think I was like 30 or 31, so it's not that long ago. He lived like 15, 16 years. He's a dope cat. He eventually died of the cancer himself. He had some kind of cancer in his nose, and succumbed to it after many, many good years. But to all the cat lovers out there, man, cats, they're just like dogs, but nothing like them. But they're just like them in that they're great. And I really failed absolutely to make any progress on chat. And I saw there were a lot of cool things people were talking about. I'm going to have to take a break after this game, Pissman. I'm sorry. We'll do ourselves another bag, and I will speed round some chat, and then we'll get right back to it. Oh, that's a terrible place for me to be. I basically flew into the nucleus of his bomb. I went into that, the absolute core of it, and not a great survival strategy, to be honest. And the center of the Booyah bomb is hotter than the core of the sun. And so is your mother. It's a bad place to be! This man's gonna avenge me! Or Pissman was also felled by the Splatling. Alright, let's finish out the base here. At least do something positive this game. My crab tank armor kept me alive, at least for the moment. I'm not sure how much longer. Looks like a relentless wave of purple in front of me. And above. Pissman! Deuce. Oh, it is close. It is way close. I hope I can come out in time to do something. Risky sneaking out here, but I think we have it, though. No thanks to me. Well done, yellow team. When Pissman gets the color of his ancestors, he becomes the golden god we all know that he is. Excellent job, Pissman. Thanks for leading us to victory. And now, Pissman, I am sorry. I do need to take one more small break. I'll try to make it as fast as possible. I'll make the room before I go, though, if you'd like to join me. And anybody else out there? And, you know, in case you've ever wanted to play... Well, look, it says we have players waiting right now. I'm going to have to hit stop. Sorry, yellow team. And I will make that room. Player who's waiting for us, I hope you follow us to this other room. If I can remember how to do it. I don't know why I'm so high right now. Creating it. Here we go. I hope it's blue. Blue is my boy. Feel free to join. In the meantime, I am going to switch over our cameras, speed round some chat. Celtic Tech says that they have 3 cats, a calico, a long-haired tuxedo, and a tabby. And that her cats are Velcro cats. Exodus gives us a little fun fact. We always love fun facts. Calicos have a gender ratio of 98 to 2, male to female, which I'd always heard is remarkable to me. I assume it's some genetic, but why would genes influence? It would be chromosomal, right? Like, I don't know. I'm too stupid. Dunning-Kruger, Mr. Dunning-Kruger, don't need to speculate. But yes, I've heard that astounding factoid as well. And Celtic Tech is that 50 to 1 odd of a female calico. Charlie says they just got their PC on finance and finished paying it off 2 months ago. Charlie Rico, you are the quintessential young person, and I don't mean that in any bad way. If you don't mind me asking, Charlie Rico, did you do what they call in the fintech world, BNPL scheme, a buy now, pay later? These are things like Klarna. There are a whole bunch of them. These are incredibly popular with Gen Z and younger. Very old ways of doing things, but with a new, easy flourish. Not a credit card, a thing that you pay off monthly that has no interest in installments, ahead of time. Well, it might have some nominal interest. Super, super popular with young folks. But as expected, that model is having its reckoning now as Gen Z are starting to default and some of these companies are having trouble. Who would have ever seen it coming? Anyways, all right, I am speed running through chat. We've got a lot of talk about how awesome cats and dogs are, which is the greatest talk there is. Charlie's dog is hanging out with him under the desk. Exodus is doing a tolerance break. Exodus, is that a forced tolerance break? You have no weed at the moment, so I'm taking a tolerance break. Wish me luck. Exodus, I'm curious, is that imposed by the state in which you live, or by your finances that you don't have weed? Would you purchase some if you could? I'm guessing I'm asking, are you too broke to buy weed, or are you in a state where weed is not readily available? Either way, totally wish you the best, Exodus. The only bad tolerance break ever is the tolerance break that one does not choose to do. The tolerance break imposed by any of the reasons you may be having one right now. Other than that, tolerance breaks are always great, wonderful. Encourage them highly, no pun intended. Everybody should utilize them for all kinds of reasons. So I wish you the best. It does totally suck if not choosing to do it, but at least know when you do get some weed again, it will be an improved experience. Exodus says, have you ever tried playing a Mario Party? It's a joy of a game to play and will make your friends really despise you. Exodus, yes, I have. I've got Mario Party, Super Mario Party, and Mario Party All-Stars on the Switch, whatever the most recent one is. The first one is dreadful. It's terrible. It is, of all of the things Nintendo should be ashamed to have charged money for over the Switch's lifespan, Super Mario Party is one of those. Of its most egregious, and it is truly an egregious error, is it forces you to play with the Joy-Cons. You cannot play with the Pro Controller for no fucking reason I can understand. But the follow-up, which is basically just a remix of a bunch of Mario Parties, is great. We should totally play some Mario Party. And yes, it is a great way for your friends to despise you. It is a bullshit factory of the highest order. A rage-baiting, friendship-destroying pit of smiles, stars, joyful songs, and broken controllers. All right. Tully says that he did do Klarna. Good guess. I think they're headquartered somewhere. Maybe they're an Irish company. Maybe they're somewhere in the or in Europe, but I can't remember where. Charlie says, working as a support worker, I'm only at about $13 an hour, so I use Klarna to buy a lot of things I would have to save up for months. It is, when utilized well, it can be a very great asset to people to get things without having to do a much more pernicious relationship with a credit card company. The downside of that is that, as far as I understand, and I wish this wasn't a downside, I wish we didn't live in a world where so much of what you can and cannot do is dictated by a number that is very little under your influence, and that is your credit score or credit scores. And I'm not sure how different they are where you're at, Charlie. But here in the U.S., buy now, pay laters, I don't think actually build credit for you. While it fucking sucks that we live in a world where you have to build credit, it is a concern, and I think buy now, pay laters don't show up, both for good and bad. If you don't pay, it doesn't hurt your credit, but if you are a diligent person who pays off their bills, it isn't building towards your credit, positive credit. And we live in a society where you need positive credit. It's a weird thing we build, man. It's the longer you think about credit scores, just the bleaker the whole idea and concept of it seems to be. But we're not talking about credit scores. We're not talking about the Gen Z's proclivities for BNPLs. We're playing Splatoon. We're doing a bag. I'm so sorry, Piss Man. I'm making that room. Blue, Piss Man, I'm sorry. This went on way too long. My bad. Creating the room, going back here. And you know what? It's been so long. I not only owe you a bag, we'll do our second dab. I hope Pissman forgives me and rejoins, but understand if not. Here we go. Celtic Tech, thanks for joining us again. It's been too long. Appreciate you hanging out with us. This dab's going to be for you and all of your furry friends And of course, we all wish you the best. Thanks for being here. Okay. Dab done. We'll do that volcano bag in a moment. It's gonna need a moment here. But we're ready to get back to the Splatoon. And we've got Roku here joining us. Thanks for being here again, Roku. Welcome to Season 2. This is, it's been great. I super enjoying that new map, although I think it just got rotated out. Liked my 2 encounters on it. BVD! Welcome, BVD. Thanks for being here. Happy Thursday to you. And I'm going to go ahead and hit ready. Hopefully, Pissman gets the chance to join us before anything happens here. Charlie Rico says, from my understanding, the only way I can get my credit score up is to make more and pay it. I mean, kind of. Not too wrong. But it's a treadmill. Again, we give China so much shit for their recently pioneered social credit scores, and they deserve every bit of that shit. It's as dystopic as it sounds, but us Americans, we're not so good at the whole introspection, and the fact that we can really chastise a country for developing a social credit score where we have already pioneered the economic one, which in every way it can be just as crippling as a social credit score. It's pretty gross. We got some major lag going on here. I don't know if you guys saw what I just saw there, and not sure why, but holy hell, I have never seen. Well, I can't say I've never seen anything like that. Roku and I were in a game last week or I think earlier this week, rather. I remember getting like 3 splats, and it took like 15 seconds for them to all register. I went on my merry way. I'm not sure that I'm not actually not dead, to be honest. Stop throwing booyah bomb! Woo! I think I'm alive. Hopefully our little lag spike there is over. Very close. A minute to go. Yellow is winning at the moment, but totally winnable. Do you have my crab tank? Roku, I'll try to watch you, bro. Turf as much as we can. No idea. I had spent a lot, like the last minute alive, hadn't looked at the map, and it just seemed to be shifting. Oh my god, wow. I really thought that was going to be us. Wishful thinking. Okay, let's keep going here. Super close game. 3 people on the opposite team right now are using new weapons that all came out with this new update. And it looks like 2 of us are. I just realized the little symbols beneath the weapons indicate it is the alt version. All right, good luck to us, orange team. I'll try not to go a redundant direction. See if I can't put this crab tank to some decent use. Got the Booyah Bomb guy in midair. That's highly satisfying. And got the Tenemissiles guy as he was falling off the platform. Both those felt real nice. That was one of my better crab tanks. I'm gonna die. Roku, I think you saved my life. Barely took out Pasta Man there. What got me? I didn't even see the pasta. Oh boy, there is some crazy lag stuff going on, I think, again. I saw a lot of X's zipping around that map. And I'm not sure. I think I might have been splatted a while ago when I died there. But it just kind of then registered. Not bad. Got splatted, but we took out one of them with us. And orange team has this one on lockdown. 20 seconds to go. Purple is going to have a lot of ground to cover. Oh, well, no wonder it has turned out to be such a blowout. It looks like they're missing a player. That makes a lot of sense. And especially with the weird networking stuff we've been having, the fact that they'd be down a player makes a lot of sense. Hopefully that's what the lag and stuff was. Charlie asks if any of us out there love Dynavapes. I know we have a lot of Dynavapes fans out there, Charlie. I'm not sure if any of them are with us right now, but hugely popular here. So he says, that was an awesome play right there. Well, thank you. Don't have those very often. It only took a game where they were down a person. Oh, I need to change my gear. Get some more circles out here. Although that will make me play worse. Maybe I leave it as is. Don't handicap myself. Maybe even put on something a little bit more filled out, perhaps. Look dapper, too. My Squidfall shirt and bowler hat. That's the person you don't want to have a conversation with. That's the person you see at a party and think to yourselves, please God, don't talk to me. Please God, don't talk to me. Please God, don't talk to me. And then they come up to you and they say, hey, how's it going? That's what I remind myself of. All right, blue team, let's make this happen. We're playing with Joyce. Good old Joyce. I have no other comment about it. Just Joyce. Finally got Aspen there. Took out Fisheye, but splatted by Aspen getting their revenge. Wrecked by Dick Sucker with the Sploosh-O-Matic. Nicely done. The D1K Sucker. I cannot say I condone using such childish names in Splatoon. There are kids that play this game. Let's be adults here. Dick Sucker just tearing me up again. Poor Aspen. Wrecked. Uh-oh. There's healthy amount of pink out there. Fingers crossed we still have it, though. Charlie Rico says, D-Sucker is splatting all over the map. No. Oh, we did lose it by 0.8. Oh, no. Nothing like a Dick Sucker to prove how much you blow. Anyways, Charlie's was better with the D-Sucker is splatting all over the map. There were so many easy layups with Dick Sucker there, and I failed to put any of them in the hole. Keep going. Let's go ahead while this game is matchmaking is happening. We will get this volcano bag going. Hopefully it won't match us too quickly. Roku, we gave it our best effort. Very close game you and I had there. Celtic Text says, when I get angry, I curse like Clark in A Christmas Vacation. Celtic Tech, I use profanity like Mr. Griswold, whether I'm angry or not, but I just don't think I'm as... Oh, shit! God damn my piece of shit ass. I'm just not as creative as good old Chevy Chase at the mixing of the vulgarities. After a long duel, Red Talons finally went down. I'm gonna try to sneak up here with a crab tank. My poor crab tank has been beat to shit. But it kept me alive. I can't complain too much. Well, if they're gonna go in our base, I might as well go explore theirs. Run! Scared them away with the crab tank, and then they take me out from behind with a splat bomb. Amazing move by Ukulele. I'll try to watch you here, Roku. I think we both made it out okay. Sorry for the close call. Got my revenge on Ukulele, and now I'm in their base with a crab tank. Thirsty for squid meat. Wasn't able to find... Well, I found plenty of squid meat, but it didn't go so well for me. However, the rest of my team looks like they had a whole smorgasbord there, which is just as nice. So he says, do a Discord movie night stream where we can all join. Boy, that sounds so fantastic. I would love to do that. We've got a lot of talk of Christmas Vacation. This movie theater chain that I love, talked about it many times, Alamo Drafthouse, has these things called movie parties where they bring a bunch of like props and sometimes celebrity guests to come to these movie screenings, and they're big joyous occasions. And one of their most popular ones every year is Christmas Vacation, which, as you can imagine, is quite a riotous affair. Although I have never been, although I very much would love to. Shit, I didn't hit ready. I'm sorry, Roku. That was my bad. I was just not paying attention at all. I think you'll probably remain in a room without me. I'm going to create another room. I hope you'll join me again. I may have to wait like 3 minutes, but that is totally my bad. Wasn't paying attention. Unsolicited. Excuse me. We talked about it before, but unsolicited, I will, of course, give you the name of my favorite Christmas movie, and it is not only my favorite Christmas movie, but it would very likely be in my 20 favorite movies of all time. No, it's not Die Hard. It is a true Christmas movie. Not that we need to hash the much dreaded Die Hard Christmas debate here. This is not that. This is a pure Christmas movie, at least in the sense that it is about Christmas. Might not necessarily be in the spirit of, but that is Bad Santa, with Billy Bob Thornton as the titular eponymous baddie Sant. It is one of the funniest movies ever produced. It is not for children. It's barely for adults. It is... there are scenes in it that no matter how many times I watch them, I get near to pissing my pants with laughing, which is perfect because the movie features a shit ton of pants pissing. It maybe has the most pants pissing of any movie I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of movies about people with Alzheimer's, and Billy Bob Thornton is a very intense alcoholic, rivals Nick Cage in Leaving Las Vegas for amount of self-destructive drinking. But here it's funny, not sad. It's funny alcoholism, not the sad type. There's a clear distinction. It's incredible, and it has the funniest child movie performance in the history of movies, played by the character with the also greatest name, Thurman Merman. If you've not seen Bad Santa, you must check it out. Although we should totally figure out a way to stream together and watch it. And I'll try not to be the obnoxious person who blurts the punchline before they happen. It features two of the 90s most 90s and 80s and even 70s icons in under one roof that have tragically passed. You get Bernie Mac, the incredibly talented, incredibly funny, dearly departed Bernie Mac, and also the just as funny, just as talented, but way less beautiful of a voice, John Ritter, who is also dead. Watch, just the point is, sorry about the communication error, watch Bad Santa if you haven't. It will blow your socks off. Thanks for hanging out with us, Celtic Tech. It has been a pleasure. I hope to see you again, and real soon. And again, I appreciate you being here, and wishing you good health in the future. Okay, here we go. Matchmaking, fingers crossed, no more communication errors. Full beans. Battle time, there we go. Oh! Well, shit. Ukulele is on the other team again. That, I mean, it is very possible that we are playing against two ukuleles. It looked, at least from my recollection, like they had the same badge. I'm gonna guess that it's the same person. That is, I wonder how big that matchmaking pool is. If you would encounter the same person, not in back-to-back games. Wrecked by Skull Hacks 66. Holy shit! Sniped by Gist from across the map with that brand new funky looking sniper rifle. The second I popped my crab tank. Nice moves by Gist. Oh. Skullhacks and I trading there. Skullhacks, man, that is a very aggressive name. But I guess it could mean not the cleaving of one's skull, but like brain hacks, like you know, tips and tricks for whatever. But I'm gonna guess it's more aggro than that. Oh. Both those dudes in front of me had just perished, and I had nothing to do with either of that. Their untimely demises. At least got one old skull hacks again, but Gist was ready there to take me out with his really odd looking weapon. The brand new sniper that I cannot remember the name of. Oh, it is damn close with only 20 seconds to go. Would have been nice to have gotten him, but our buddy Trash Bags taking care of it. Very, 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 very close. It is going to so obviously come right down to the wire here. Fingers crossed. Made This, welcome, Made This. Thanks for being here. He says he's here for his first official Wheats stream. Well, thanks for being here on your first official. I don't know if we've had any official or unofficials, but regardless, so glad you can make it. Thanks for taking the time. Let's do you the favor of giving you our final bag from our filling chamber here for taking the time to hang out with us. I'm going to hit change gear and go so it resets our clock. Sorry about that, Roku. This is the responsible teammate thing to do, I think. Well, that's inflating. We'll say again, welcome to our new buddy. Thanks for being here. Curious if you're here for the weed, the Splatoon, or both. Oh, shit. I didn't even look. We had lost by less than 2%. One of the many heartbreakers of the day. This is our last bag from our filling chamber is here to our buddy, of course, Made This. Thanks again for making it. All right, Roku, we got this one. Okay. Our old nemesis, Gist, with the Snipe Rider. That's the name of it. Snipe Rider. took out Cola before we got wrecked ourselves with the new Splattershot Jr., simply named Custom Splattershot Jr. I think Nintendo's B-Team localization was out for the efforts in the next wave of Splatoon gun names. Nothing as good as the blobber here. Would have been nice to have taken 2 out, but, you know, we can't win them all. In my case, really, many of them are... But we can win some of them. Some of the time. If we're lucky. And the planets are aligned right. Oh, finally took out Gist. Alright, at least I'm having a good final 30 seconds here. Fingers crossed, that's gonna be our fortunes reversed. We did it! Nicely done, Roku. Excellent game. It's nice not to die in that last minute. That's my favorite time. Other than the first minute, or possibly the second, but frequently the third is my favorite minute to die in. To be honest, I really love dying pretty much all the time, but there at the end when it's super important not to, that's kind of my favorite time to do it. I've always been a little bit of a bad boy. Battle time. Okay, bag is finished. We've got a Splatlandian on our team, which means that they are very likely a newbie. Welcome, Splatlandian. Oh, shit! Try not to die before we get our crab tank out here. Ooh. CT! Emphasis theirs. Took me out. I was hoping for that nice double splat. Swat away those darts. Oh, there's definitely some lag going down again. There's finally the splatted. A full 5 or 6 seconds after the fact. I was a zombie walking around, dead man walking there for a while. Oh, damn. Had my crab tank, but didn't want to pop it and die as I've done so many times before. But lost it as a consequence of my cautiousness. So the lesson is to do better until the next time where my lack of cautiousness, my aggressiveness gets me killed. And then we'll relearn the different lesson then until, of course, the counter thing happens. And then we never really learn anything. Boy, I'm even seeing the ink kind of spawn in and out in a weird way. Oh no! I think they've got us dead to rights there. But man, there was some funky stuff happening networking-wise. Not that I'm saying it was to their advantage, but my ego says that I have to, try to put the blame somewhere other than myself. So I'll say, that damn lag, we would have totally beaten them if it weren't for that damn lag. And then I can go, okay, ego, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. But, deep down, we all know. Oof, that was still fun. And we can tell that Bro 7 Evan was definitely actually a beginner. So, it was a learning experience for him. All right, fingers crossed for better networking fortunes. I really don't ever have these problems when I'm not on stream. I promise you, I've never ever seen anything like this before. Oh, welcome, Carl. Good to see you. Thanks for being here again, my friend. Charlie says, I feel blessed to be able to enjoy juice again. Were you, and I'm sorry if you guys went over it, but Charlie, were you deprived of juice because of your health issues recently, and now you're allowed to go back to that acidic, sugary, delicious wonderfulness? There's still a little bit of funkiness for sure. Man, that dude, he's got a sense of style. I was just looking at his gear. He had a visor, my similar shirt, some dope boots. Okay, that's a teammate just standing totally still. I think we are. I think it's getting worse, Roku. Is it the time of day? I wonder what would do it. Well, poop. Taken out by Cowabunga. Captain Fang, welcome. Thanks for being with us, Egg. Having some fun games, but Egg, some real networking nightmares today. It's worse than it's ever been. Well, we're not getting constantly communication. Excuse me, Aaron. We are getting lots of huge lag spikes. That would have been a great time for a crab tank. The big swig roller. I think that is a new weapon again. All right. After this match, Roku, I'm going to take ourselves Wow, yeah, I was gonna say, it feels like that guy should be dead, but we are, a lot of weirdness happening. I'm gonna close the game after this, try to relaunch it, cross my fingers that it will fix some of this, but who knows? And then we will do ourselves one final dab then as well. You get to use your crab tank. Oh no! I think it's a last second loss again. Alrighty. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch over our camera to our weed view. Where we go back to the weed station. And we're going to go do ourselves a nice final dab for the team we've had today. I'm going to close out this game while we're here. Sometimes this fixes some of the problems. Not always. I'll take any advantage we can get. And while that is loading, I will make a room. Hopefully we'll get Roku to join us again. And maybe even our buddy Egg. And then while everybody is joining us, we will do one final dab at that time. So just a second here as we get loaded into our room. You're not listening to all the background gibberish, I hope. Lobby. I do not need this final dab. But we'll do it anyways. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make that room. Room is created. Would love for anybody to join who is interested. And we will go do a very sensibly sized small dab for our final run of games here. I'm going to head back that way. Lobby is made. See you guys in just a... Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm just going right back there. But, you know. I really need to switch my mic from its mode here so it picks up sound better. Because I do a lot of yammering back here. Believe it or not. Alright, here we go. Final dab. This is going to be for Roku, Pissman, maybe Egg, maybe Blue, maybe somebody we've never even played with before. With the team of teams, the teammates of teammates. Thanks for playing with us today. We're going to do a play till we lose 3 today. So we're going to do 3 losses. Hopefully that will take many hours from now. Fingers crossed, here we go. Dab done. And then fingers crossed, we have some better luck with games. If not, I will take a break. Instead of beating my head against the wall, we'll come back at it later. I guess hopefully when Nintendo's servers aren't quite so hammered. All right. Thanks for waiting, Roku. I appreciate it. Here we go. 2 sets of fingers crossed, toes included. Let's wish for much server success. Although wait, there's no truth to that because it's all peer-to-peer, I think. Nintendo in their incredibly antiquated ways, I'm pretty sure this is true. Splatoon is all run peer-to-peer as if it's a multiplayer title from 2005, which explains a lot of these server issues, or not server issues, but networking issues. You're all basically piggybacking off one person's connection. So whenever I've been bitching about Nintendo's servers being hammered, I don't think that's the case. And that's a very, very bad sign. And a long time that this error is sitting up here. I should say so. Well, let's see. Roku's still with us. We're going to say that is loss one. One more communication error, networking error, disconnection, anything we can put under the umbrella of, damn it, Splatoon. We'll say that's going to count, but we'll count that as one of our 3 losses otherwise. I'm making this rule system very complicated with lots of caveats. But you know, if something's not going to work right, instead of bashing your head against the wall, trying in vain, come back with fresh eyes. Or a fresh network connection. Exodus says, well, that's going to answer a lot of questions. I still haven't gotten my... There it is, splatted Buffy. And then clearly I was The Walking Dead for a good 5 seconds again there. Still plenty of weirdness here. The one truest, bestest way I know to fix it is just to give it time. Unfortunate, but... we'll finish this one out if it lets us, and then we'll go ahead and take a break. Exodus, my favorite way of imbibing weed, or smoking was your actual question. I'm going to take that under the whole umbrella of combustibles, or basically any way that you take it through your lungs. Not specifically combustibles, not specifically smoking. The volcano would be my favorite, followed by a nice big water pipe, and then number 3, maybe a good old plug play. The vape brand, vape cart brand, Pod, but in terms of if I have a bunch of flour and I have to find a way to do it. Wait, no, vaping is not under that umbrella unless it's flour. Making more rules here. I'm sorry, take plug play out of it. If we're talking about flour, turning THCA into THC using high temperatures. The volcano followed by a bong are my favorites. The only thing I would say as an exception is I have done gravity bongs a couple of times in homemade gravity bongs, and they are incredibly stellar even when they are constructed by nothing more than discarded soda bottles and duct tape. I could imagine really loving a fancy gravity bong to set up as well. But I don't have one, so I won't shill for something I don't possess. Another squeaker. Anyways, well, that is a disappointing end to a bleak game day on Splatoon. But a fun stream as always. Even when we have these weird networking hiccups, it's still a blast hanging out, playing Splatoon. Hopefully this is all just explained by a bunch of people coming in, enjoying the new season, and that tomorrow things will be back perfectly stable and rock solid. That's never happened, but who knows? That's what we'll naively hope for. And when that happens, I hope to see some of you guys then. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Joyous times. And I hope to see some of you guys on Friday. That is tomorrow. Holy God, I'm high. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this time. Sorry for our networking problems. And we'll see you on the next stream.